Hi, this is Deb, and let me talk to you a little bit about the Climate Change Wiki. That's the second lab activity that you'll do in Module 7. It really feeds into Module 8. That's when you use the information, but we need a whole module to get it ready. All right? Now, to start this off, this isn't about your opinion. This is about data. So all we're doing in this entire module is gathering and organizing data. That's it. Data is a temperature change. Data might be an increase in rainfall or increase in fires, anything like that in certain areas. That's what we're gathering and establishing trends about. Then you'll be able to talk about your opinion on that information in Module 8. So as you post things, this is not a place for opinions. This is about data. Okay, so generally what you're going to do is you're going to claim a region. You'll see that we have this many regions. I think there's 8. Yes. And so you pick which one you want that you feel most affinity for, what you're most interested in. But the first 3 people that claim that region get that region. Only 3 people can be on a region. So let's say I decide, ooh, I like South America. I want to do that one. So I'm going to go to my Wiki link, claim my region. Here's the climate change. And I said South America. So I open that. Do not make a new page. Wish I could change that, turn that off, but I can't. So right here. Then you don't put a comment. No. You edit wiki content. This little guy right here. This is what you'll use throughout this entire activity. Edit wiki content. Now, I'm just claiming it this first time. So, I'm putting my name here. Say, oops, all right, I'm in. And so, submit. And I've claimed it. Now, only 3 people. So, the first 3 people that claim this can use it. Not more than 3. It can be fewer than that if that works out, but not more than 3. Okay? So I claimed my region, and now let me go back to those data packets. So let's say I printed off, I opened South America, and I had to save this information in a weird way. So you'll have to type the information in. What we're looking at, this is information from, I think it was the late 1890s, early 2000s. So this is old data. And I'm hoping with the newer data, we'll see that things have gotten better. So what we're really doing first in your group is you're going to look at these fingerprints. Those are the things that change in the physical environment. So it's going to be sea level rise, glacier retreat, temperature changes, disappearing glaciers, receding glaciers, and harbingers. That's how those things impact the living things. So we find out that because the temperature has gotten warmer higher in the mountains at a higher altitude, we now see these mosquitoes going higher, and the result of that are these illnesses. Disease carried by mosquitoes are spreading at a higher elevation than we thought or that we've seen before. So what are you going to do with this? You're going to organize this into themes. So already I saw, let's see, just for mine, I see we have sea level rising, that's a theme. Ice retreating, glacial retreat, because there was receding glaciers and disappearing glaciers. Those would all be one group, one trend. Then we have increasing temperature. I would say that would definitely be a trend. So we've got a couple here to post. And trends. Disease carrying mosquitoes going higher at higher elevations. Trend, disappearing frogs and toads. Because the Pacific Ocean temperatures are warmer, and frogs and toads are pretty sensitive to the world around them. As a matter of fact, salamanders are often thought of as an indicator species, that if something's going wrong in an ecosystem, the salamanders are the first things to die, as a matter of fact. Coral reef bleaching would be one. Fires. And Antarctic flowering plants changes. Now, an interesting thing, which you'll see in yours, is that you'll think, oh, well, what does that matter? Well, it may turn out that now the organism, the caterpillar that hatched and needed to eat this certain plant to be able to move on to go to the next level of its life, guess what? It hatched 2 weeks early, and those plants aren't going to be available for it until 2 weeks later. And so kind of problems. That's what's throwing things off. All right, so what are you going to do with this? All right, let's go back over here. So you're going to create trends in your region. So now you've read all this. And so you're going to look at your data. If I were you, I would write all over it. I'd print it off and write it all over and make my categories, make my trends. All right. Then I'm going to go back to the wiki. There's 2 places you can get to it. And I say South America, that's me. And I'm going to edit wiki. All right. I'm going to have my first trend be, I'm going to make it bold. So it's the heading for the trend, increasing temperature. All right. Now I get rid of the bold. So now I've established one trend. And if it makes it clearer, I think maybe you could put a number in front of it as well. So here's the information that I got off of my handout. All right. Unfortunately, you have to type it in because it's a scanned document. And so then myself and all my other 2 partners will put everything that fits in that category underneath it. All right. And then you figure out between the 3 of you all of the trends. One person, please don't go in and do it all at first because we really need time for everyone to have input. Okay. So I submit it. So what you're doing now is you're putting in the trends and creating trends. There'll be fingerprints, this kind of thing, and harbingers, changes happening. And so try to make, don't say mosquitoes going higher in elevation as your trend. That would be animal population range shift. That means their range where they live is changing. And so that would be a trend for that. When you guys have all of those done from the data that I give you, then divide your trends up amongst the 3 of you. Say you ended up with 12 trends. Each of you claim 4. Okay, so how are you going to identify who's covering what trend? We decided you had 12, and there's 3 of you, so you each will do 4. Edit wiki content, that's how you're going to do everything. And Deb is going to cover 1 through 4. Alice is going to cover 5 through 8. And Joe is going to cover 9 through 12. All right, so now we know who's doing what. And so that means for the first 4 trends, I'm going to go look up current data, at least 3 new bits of information covering increasing temperatures in this area. How am I going to do it? I'm going to look up the areas where I already have data. I'm going to look up Ecuador. All I have to do is start Googling average temperatures in Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia. And so I'll start getting some more current data, and I'll get at least 3 solid new pieces of data for each of them I am responsible for. Let's quickly review what you're going to do and put it all together into one big picture. And you're going to go do more research on that. And you're going to find the current data. So you're going to research and post at least 3 new points of data for each trend that you are assigned or you've volunteered for, is what more appropriate. And because you need to be involved in this division of work. Then you're going to include a hyperlink to where you got it. And as you do that, watch for new trends. Then, because you're responsible for that trend, write a summary, some kind of a statement based on your research. What has happened to this trend? And you should be able to see if it's gotten better, if there's been less change in the increase in temperature has reduced, whatever. And so you're going to make a summative statement and summary of that with some of the supporting data. Refer to it. Okay? So now you will have all done all of that data. That is what this is. You're done. Because you're going to have this data here on all of them to use on your next assignment, next module. So you claimed your region, you engaged in determining the trends, so you put in, rising sea level, and then you've engaged. You put your older data in then. I need to see that you added some of those. You helped divide the work up amongst the three of you evenly. And then you did the more research on that ones you were assigned, and then you wrote a summary of it. So that when everybody needs to look at all of this next module, they can really look at that summary first and get a good feel for what's happening there. All right, let me know if you have any questions, and good luck.